I'm gonna record it.
Shut up. Fucking Brazilians.
She might be crying.
Cool. Shh.
Good.
Hello?
Hello, Reed's girlfriend. Hey, this is the professor from the academy. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hi. I've been talking to Reed for a little bit, and he said you'd be interested in doing the interview, so he gave me your number, and I called you, and I thought, oh, what an awesome... You know what? I've been waiting... I can't tell you how many years I've been waiting to do this interview with you, because I was so interested in hearing how you and Reed got together, or how you felt about Reed, how he felt about you, what you thought of the academy. I know you hated us, and maybe you still hate us, but I'm so interested in hearing from you.
You know, I don't mind doing this at all, but I don't think this is the best time.
Oh, did you guys just had one of those breakups, those couple things where they break up?
No, we broke up, and I told him that I wanted to talk to you and start working with him. I found this book, and he said he's not in love with it.
Oh, he's not in love? Well, maybe it was just, maybe he started off in love with you, and then because he didn't have enough skill yet developed from the academy to even keep you in check, so he just got frustrated and resentful, and then slowly the love just died over time. I mean, Reed is a puss.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the dude in the relationship. He's the chick in the relationship. You're the dude.
I don't have a penis.
No, I mean, metaphorically speaking, Reed's a puss.
I don't want to be a dude.
Yeah, but it's not about teaching you how to not be a dude. It's about teaching Reed how to be the dude in the relationship so he could keep you in check so that he doesn't have to resent you and get frustrated with you and argue with you and all that bullshit. Because that's why,
I know.
Yeah, if he doesn't know how to keep you in check, if he doesn't know how to keep his bitch in check, then he's just going to be like, oh, fuck, she does this, oh, I hate it when she does that, and he's just going to grit his teeth, and he's going to get resentful, and then just, like, bitter, and then slowly all the love he feels is just going to, like, just leaks out over time, like, just gradually. I want to talk to you. This is perfect time. It'll be cathartic. You know why? Because here's the thing. Look it. You're lonely. I'm lonely and vulnerable. So right now, it's a perfect time for us to heal together. Both of us will share our open wounds, share our stories, and we'll talk a little bit. And once you talk to somebody, it always makes you feel a lot better.
I'm sorry, but I'm just really heartbroken right now, and I don't know if I'm in a good place for that.
Oh, don't worry. I'm here to comfort you. Bring your heart here, and I'm going to put it in between the pillow of my breast and just rock it, cradle it slowly back and forth. Just rock it like a little baby. See, your puppy definitely wants to do the interview. He's ready to go. I want to hear the raw, unfiltered side of you that we don't get to see, that we don't get to hear from that often. I want to know what it's really like to be a girl, to go through this thing. And I think if you get to talk about it and open up about it with somebody, I think it's going to be really good for you because you're going to be like, you're going to get that off your chest. You're going to release it. You know, all that, you know, all those emotions you're holding.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think maybe we just weren't meant to be together, so maybe I just need to accept that and move on.
Well, let's talk about it. Okay, so how did you meet Reed? Like, were you working? You were working together.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are working together. And what, like, did Reed approach you and say, "Hey, I think you're cute," or "You want to get coffee,"
No,
or did you?
Not.
What? How was he in the beginning when you in the relationship?
I don't know if I should be telling you this.
Oh, Reed's a puss. He doesn't care. He already gave us permission. He gave me your number. He said so. He said it's perfectly fine. Okay, so we're talking about how you met. So, what was Reed like when you first met him?
Hang on. I had a condition with him. I told him if we could work on things, that I would go to weekly meetings with you.
Weekly meetings? What, you guys are in recovery? Wait, you guys are in Alcoholics Anonymous?
No, I was going to come and talk to you, like, weekly.
Oh, really? Wow. Wait, you mean...
But he wasn't willing to work with me, so I don't know if I should talk to you.
Wait. You mean, like, actually join the academy, or just attend the meetings, or talk to me weekly? Which one?
Yeah, no, I was hoping to join the academy and do a 1 week thing, one time a week.
Well, but I don't understand. Why would you join the academy? I thought you hated the academy. Aren't you, like, a full-fledged feminist?
No, I've never been a full-fledged feminist.
Well, I remember talking to you last time. It was like, I don't know, over a year ago or a long time ago. And you hated the academy. And I was like, well, Reed learned how to even talk to you. It's the only reason he's, like, able to be somewhat of a man and express himself is because of the academy.
Changed.
Yeah, but you last time we talked, you hated the academy. I'm just wondering what changed, or is it you still feel the same about the academy?
You know, it changed. Like, I was, right before we broke up, I was being really supportive of him. He was going to a lot more meetings.
No, but you remember,
supportive.
Remember last time we talked, and you said,
you
said
that.
I don't think like a guy should be in charge of a girl. I think that's sexist or misogynistic. I think we should all be equals. Blah blah blah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, maybe.
What do you mean maybe? Now, first you were adamant about that. You said we sucked. The Academy was teaching Reed like these misogynistic, woman-hating tactics or some point of view that was just, bad for women. And then now you're saying maybe. It's all very shocking to me.
Yeah.
I want to hear your side of it. What made you change your mind to at least maybe?
All right, well, maybe change his mind and then I'll talk to you.
Wait. Can I ask you any questions? If I can't talk about your relationship with Reed, can I ask you anything else, like in general, your views on relationships?
Sure.
Okay, so how do you think like a relationship should run? If you could like ideally make your own relationship, how would it run?
Well, I think that there is definitely a difference between male and female energy.
Like, what do you mean?
There's a reason for that.
A little more specific. Like, what do you mean a difference between male and female energy?
Like, I don't think that women aren't allowed to be strong.
Uh-huh.
But I do think that they should have a warmth
They should
and
have
a femininity about them.
Uh-huh.
And that they should be allowed to be that way.
Is that what you thought before? Because it seemed like women are strong and independent and should be their own person before. That's what I previously thought was your stance. And now it sounds like you're telling me.
I'm forced into that belief because look at me now.
So are you saying?
I'm forced to live on my own, with no help from him. I have all these pets and no help from him. And
well, let me ask you something.
Women are forced to be independent.
Well, before you met him, were you independent? Were you strong and independent? Because that's the impression I got, that you were a strong and independent woman before you met Reed.
I'd like to think so.
Okay, so what changed? Why did you lose your strength and independence? I don't understand.
Because he wanted me to.
He wanted you to lose your strength and independence?
He made sure that I needed him, and now.
He made sure that you needed him, but how does a guy get you to need him? That's what I don't understand. Because before you were telling me, when we talked, you said, well, men and women are equal, and women are strong and independent. They can take care of themselves. What you guys are teaching where men should be in charge, that's bullshit, and I don't agree with the Academy. Now you're telling me that you need Reed, so I don't understand where that switch came. What happened? I
realized the last time that we got together that I love him, and that I'm gonna have to try to think like the way that you want. You want them to think.
Well, wait a second. Let me ask you something. You said you fell in love with him, but why did you fall in love with him? Well, what's like different? I'm sure you've dated before, right? Haven't you ever gone out with guys before?
Yeah, he's smart. He did have plans and stuff.
Is it because he made that one Pokemon game?
No, I've never actually played that.
Yeah, it was a really shitty game, I heard. But
no, he's very. I mean, he notices things that people don't notice.
You mean like stuff like trash on the ground? Because I heard he was like the custodian at his job.
He's not a custodian.
Oh, he's not?
No.
Oh, wow. I guess he's moving up in the world. I'm really impressed with Reed.
Yeah, he works in the electronics department.
Oh, wow. He is a bright guy. Has there been any funds missing, or is it all accounted for?
I don't know what that means.
Well, I'm just, there's a saying in the United States, trust a wetback once, shame on you. Trust a wetback twice, shame on Mexico. I'm not exactly sure.
He taught me that.
Oh, he taught you that one too? Yeah, that's a popular one here in the States.
Yeah. I don't know. He has a really good sense of humor too.
Really? Does he do knock knock jokes like knock knock, who's there?
No, it's just little quick witted
Orale
things.
who? Orale vato.
No, it's just little quick witted things that I find sexy.
Oh, like what? Give me an example.
Like my favorite that always sticks with me and I actually use it, if I'm like stumbling on words,
Uh-huh.
he'll be like, instead of, whatever, he'll just be like, take your time.
Take your time. Oh, that's so adorable. I'm going to use that from now on. Okay, you pretend like you're stumbling on something. Go ahead. Say like the Gettysburg Address, or whatever the Mexican equivalent of the Gettysburg Address is.
We the people.
Well, take your time. Take your time. Does he do it with the Indian accent?
Start stumbling.
Take your time.
I need to start.
Does he do it with the Indian accent or with the Mexican accent? Take your time. They sound like the same to me, actually.
He does have a funny Indian accent because people think he looks Indian.
Yeah, he does look Indian. Unfortunately, I grew up and I was very traumatized by Indians. So I have a deep aversion to Indians. So when I first saw Reed's face, I wanted to punch it for the longest time. And slowly, after I would say years, Reed finally grew on me, and then I grew to love Reed.
I really liked it.
I'm sorry, what? I missed that last part. I missed the last part.
Whenever I saw his face the first time, I really liked it.
Oh, you did? So you thought he was cute the first time you saw him?
Yeah.
Did you ask Reed out, or did Reed ask you how to go down?
I asked him how old he was, because there was a show at a bar.
Right.
And I was like, are you 21? And
he looks like he's 14, right?
I was like, and he's like, no.
Did you feel like Deborah LaFarge or one of, like Mary Kay Letourneau dating like a preschooler when you first met him?
No.
Was he?
I'm pretty young at heart.
Oh, okay. Was he shorter than you?
No, he's way taller.
What about? Did he make you wear high heels?
No, he asked me why I wear high heels.
Oh, he wanted you to wear like hippie flats?
No, he just thought they were silly, like as like a functional shoe.
Oh no! You have to have high heels. How would he bend you over the counter? This doesn't make no sense because you have to have that lift. Your ass has to be up and plump right there. And how can you bang that without the high heels? It just makes no sense. Reed is like that. Sometimes he's just out of left field. He makes no sense.
I know.
How long have you been with Reed?
On and off about a year.
A year? No, I thought it's been longer than that. A year?
Maybe like a year and a couple months.
Year and a
2
couple months. So at what point, like how many months in did you realize Reed is the Pokemon creator game maker for me?
How did I realize that? Well, I liked our first date a lot.
Uh-huh. Oh, what'd you guys do?
He took me through I don't know, we went to get this tea, and he didn't really like it. It had, like, weird tapioca.
Are you talking about Chinese tea or boba tea?
Boba tea.
Oh, with like the little tapioca balls in it?
Yeah, and...
Did Reed suck one of the tapioca balls up through the big straw and then put it in your mouth, and you sucked it through the straw? So, like, it was like Lady and the Tramp, except, Chinese Thai boba style?
That would have been kind of gross.
No, I think that would have been hot. You guys trading the ball back and forth, like you suck it in your mouth, and then you slurp a little bit, and then you shoot it back in his mouth, and it just goes back and forth the whole night.
No, it was like that.
Okay, I thought it was. I was mistaken. I was misinformed. Reed has mentioned he's into some really kinky shit. Like, he said he was, one time something about a donkey show. He's, of course, done anal. He's done DPs. He's done ass to mouth. I mean, he's done some really kinky shit. No, he's talked about, he's with some past, I don't know, it was hookers or ex-girlfriends and, back when he was in middle school. I'm not exactly sure because he went to Catholic high school and he's like really repressed kid, so he was into some really kinky shit. I mean, he'd be working on, drawings in classes sometimes and I'd say, hey Reed, what are you working on? He said, no, nothing. And then one time he left and he had the camera panned down on his desk and I could see like, 2 chicks on either side of his head. He drew a representation of his head. And there's 2 chicks' asses on either side, and there's tentacles like filling the chicks' asses, and he's tonguing both of their assholes. It's like this bizarre, kinky porn that he's into. So I was like, Reed, when he came back, I said, Reed, what the fuck is that about? And he said, oh, nothing. And he just like swiped it off the desk real quick. So are you guys are you just a straight missionary couple, or does he ever get like doggy style, get any interesting positions or anything?
Yeah, doggy style.
That's his favorite? That's his go-to move?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
No what? What's his go-to move?
I guess missionary.
Oh, he likes to keep it inside. He likes to hide his feelings. He likes to hide what he really wants. I mean, one of his favorite things to do is to have a chick on his right, he's doing her anal and then he picks her up and he puts her against the wall so her legs are against the wall and she's like jackhammering on her cock. You guys never did that?
No. He's never done that.
He's just not that aggressive yet. He's got all these fantasies he hasn't even acted out with you yet.
I don't know. Don't you think? I don't know. Like, don't you think like that's something that should be safe for like marriage or something?
When Reed gets married, he's actually going to make the sex blander. When he gets married, he wants to have like this holy vision of a wedding, and he wants the bride to be super pure. You probably are only going to do each other with your hands. I mean, that's what he envisions as marriage. That's why he's trying to get it all out of the way. Like his Catholic school upbringing has been really intense, so he's like he wants to finger holes right now, and he wants to get that tongue in there.
I think I'm the pure girl I think I'm like the pure girl that he's supposed to marry. I don't think I'm the dirty girl that he's supposed to.
Oh yeah, see, he's looking for a dirty slut.
My favorite flavor of popsicle is dick.
He wants you to tongue his asshole, like after he comes back from the gym. He wants some dirty stuff. I mean, he likes it rough and nasty.
He doesn't even like oral that much. I don't believe you.
What? He doesn't like oral? Wait, hold on. Whoa. Are you telling me Reed doesn't get blowjobs? Well, this is a newsflash.
I tried to.
What? You tried to and Reed rejects? Wait. You're telling... Hold on. I need to get this straight. Hold on. I don't want to get my facts wrong here. Okay, hold on. This is a crucial report here. Are you telling me Reed rejected a blowjob?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he stopped me.
What? Wait, Have you ever caught Reed in bed with another dude?
No.
So he's not, we can rule that out. Was he going through emotional crisis? Maybe his grandmother died, his cat passed away, or something like that?
I think he might be insecure about his penis because he's uncircumcised.
Oh, yeah, we have some students like that, and they have like a big long tube sock that just kind of drags like by their knees, and they're just very embarrassed about it. So, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, Reed just needs to get over that hang up. He needs to realize, look, that foreskin, whether it's cut or uncut, whether it's an elephant trunk or whether it's just a little droopy sock, I mean, it's just skin. He could just move it out of the way. Is he shy about showing his cock off?
Like to other people?
No, to you, not to other people. I mean, he showed it at the academy once or twice. Like, inadvertently, sometimes students leave the cam on. He came in from the shower, and students were making fun of him, saying, "What's that elephant trunk hanging down there, Reed?" And then he quickly put on his boxers. Another time, he forgot he was jerking off while the cam was on, and people were like, "Why is Reed looks like he's petting an elephant?" And then some student commented, "Oh, Reed, you're uncircumcised," and they were just making fun of him. So Reed maybe he had a little trauma about that.
You guys jerked off in front of each other?
No. It was by accident. He was jerking off, and then he was coming to class, but he didn't realize he left his cam on. Because I think he might have been camming with some hooker or something from Mexico. I'm not even sure.
What?
I don't know. It was just, you know how you talk to cam girls like $2.95 a minute? That's what he said. No, because, look he wants to do kinky shit with you, but he's so embarrassed to ask. That's why, he feels ashamed about his being uncircumcised. So he's just not really aggressive enough. Like, as a normal guy, I would grab you by the hair and shove you down in my cock and then just start banging you like that. But he's not that aggressive. He feels very passive. He's like, oh, I don't want to offend you.
No, we have very passionate sex. Very, very passionate.
Not from what I've heard. Not from what I've heard.
Yeah, he really enjoys it. He gets really into it.
No, Reed told me he's not into sex when it's too blunt like that. He likes it dirty and nasty. Like, does he call you any names? Does he say like, "You're my dirty little girl," or "That's my dirty little princess"? Anything like that?
No, he says I'm his little girl. Like his little, I don't know, like
a little mojito. Mojita, little enchilada.
Like, no, I didn't.
I'm gonna ask a technical question now. Is it with or without sour cream on the enchilada? If you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean.
Do you take the sour cream or do you not take the sour cream?
Like, is that like a cream pie reference?
It could be. I'm just saying, are you a spitter or a swallower? It's more of a cultural question.
He's never let me finish him while blowjob mode.
This is so bizarre to me. I can't. I can't even fathom. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. A guy who doesn't come in a girl's mouth. I'm just like, I'm baffled. I'm seriously baffled. I'm almost at a loss for words. Wow. It must have been crazy dating Reed. What are some of the most memorable times with Reed? Give me, I want to hear like, what's a really good time you had with Reed? Like something that was just unexpected or something you never had with another guy you dated, and then something that was bad dating Reed. Let me hear the good one first. Like you went to Pike's Market and you're throwing fish at each other. You do anything like that? You went to the piñata store. You started hitting piñatas.
I don't know. I have to think about it.
Maybe you shared a tostada while you're making out.
No.
He poured horchata over your. Maybe he poured cold horchata over your nipples to get them hard. Something like that.
I don't know. Like you're going from like 5 minutes ago. I was trying not to think about him anymore, and now I have to recall things.
Well, it's just history for the interview. I just want to find out like what was something that was nice during your time together, and then what was something that was bad during your time together.
I don't know if I want to talk about this.
Oh, you had one of those special moments down by the orange tree. He cradled you in his arms and rocked you to sleep. Oh, my little donkey. It's so I love this time with you.
I don't think this is healthy. I think I'm supposed to be getting over him right now.
Okay, let's get over Reed. Let's get to the getting over him part. What do you plan to do now that you're turning over a new leaf, so to speak? You're leaving behind a kinky, dirty Mexican guy, and you're moving on to like maybe a fine Brazilian man, or maybe a upstanding stockbroker, maybe a Jewish fellow. What do you see? What type of man do you see yourself dating? Maybe a feminist, maybe a guy who's an egalitarian who thinks, hey, women are just as strong and smart as men, and we should just be equals in the relationship. What do you see? Who do you see yourself dating?
Honestly, right now, nobody.
What type of man would you be attracted to? A guy who is more like someone from the academy who has his balls and is in charge of the relationship and is telling you what to do, or one of these passive, new age, faggy, emo guys who you are typically dating?
I don't know. Somebody who's who's graduated from the academy and.
So you do want him. So you do want him to be in charge. Is that what you're telling me? Because only graduates are in charge.
I want to be a woman. I want.
So you want the man to take control of you?
If that's what it has to be.
What do you mean that's what it has to be? You said before you met Reed, or right when you met Reed, you were adamant that that's not how it works. You want to be equals, but now it seems like Reed has had a real deep effect on you, and you now want a graduate of the academy, a guy who is in charge and will take care of you.
Careful, my nail varnish.
Wow. Well, we do have some guys on the verge of graduation who will be able to treat you like a woman and make you into the whore you deserve to be.
Oh my god.
Was that a good oh my god? Like you were getting turned on oh my god, or like a roll your eyes, ugh, I'm a dirty feminist oh my god? Which one was it?
No, it's I want to be someone's pure and loving, warm, feminine, and wife.
Right, but will that include ATM?
What does ATM mean?
Ass to mouth.
Yes. Okay, something you don't realize is that, and I told Reed this, is that I do have anal fantasies.
Oh, me too. Oh, I can't wait to, a graduate who is in charge, if he were to put that, after, you had an enema and it was all clean back there, but if he put that cock deep in there and then he put it right in your mouth and said, you take that, you dirty little girl, right on your knees, that would be the ultimate graduation present. Hello?
What to say?
You should say, ole. You should either be thrilled by that or disgusted by that. But I want to hear your reaction to that. Hello?
I guess. I don't know. Like, have you ever broken up with someone before? Like, I'm just going through.
Yeah, I have, but
right now.
I have, but I haven't been on that side of it where they break up with you. I've been the one who's done the breaking up, so I haven't been on that side of it for literally for many, many years.
I definitely did the leaving, but I told him I wanted to work something out, and he
yeah,
said
but
no.
Did you really leave, or did he just say he's not going to pursue you?
Well, I did the leaving.
So technically you broke up with him. Technically you didn't want to be with him. Is that what you're telling me?
He gave me an ultimatum that I didn't think was fair.
What was the ultimatum?
He said if I don't stop spending time at work, like so much time at work, he was going to break up with me.
Right.
But it was at a time when it was a temporary thing anyways, so I thought it was really unnecessary.
So I guess he wasn't the man in the relationship. He couldn't get you to not do that. Because, if you were my girlfriend and I wouldn't even be telling you. I wouldn't be like, honey, either you stay home from your job and stop spending all your time at work, or it's over. I would have just put your head through a plate glass window and said, look, it's either you go off the second-story building or you're here with me. We'll take your pick right now.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly, right? Decision's already made, right? Hello?
I'm just guessing you're not in a relationship right now.
Well, coincidentally, neither are you. I'm sorry, it was a coarse joke, but I found humor in the irony of you giving relationship advice when you can't keep a relationship together.
No, I'm not giving relationship advice.
Well, you just said, with that kind of talk, how dare you even say that? You'll never have a woman. I bet you, if I was in a relationship with you, I would definitely be the one to leave. You wouldn't be leaving me. I guarantee you that.
I don't know.
I know. Let me ask you a question. Are you happy that you came across our academy, or are you sad that you came across our academy?
I have mixed feelings.
Tell me your mixed feelings.
I don't know if he would have had so much resistance. I don't know if we would still be together if...
Oh, you definitely would. You wouldn't have even dated if he hadn't been at the academy. He would have been too timid to even talk to you. He was programming that silly Pokemon game 23 hours a day, and the other hour he work, rest, beating off, and nothing else. So he was a shut-in before he even came to the academy. He'd be too embarrassed to talk to you. He would have muttered and giving you sideways glances, if that. So at the very least, the only reason he talked to you in the first place is because of the academy.
I don't know, because he's had girlfriends before the academy.
Yeah, but they all dumped him because they said he was a pathetic loser.
And I dumped him because he was being confusing and
yeah, but if you really dumped him, as you claim, then why are you the sad one? Wouldn't you be the relieved one?
Well, I guess I was in a sense.
Because you say you dumped him, but if Reed said, hey, come over here tonight and suck my dick, would you come over there tonight and suck his dick?
Right this second?
Yeah, if he just called you right now out of the blue and said, hey, get on your fucking knees, get over here, start sucking, would you do it?
Doesn't that kind of sound like breakup sex?
No. Listen to the question. Just answer the question. If Reed called you right now, just hypothetically, you hear ring, and you answer the phone. Go ahead. I'll be Reed.
Hello?
Ring.
Oh, wait, I'm answering the phone?
Yeah, you answer the phone.
Okay,
Go
wait.
ahead. Ring.
Hello?
Hey, baby, it's Reed. I just finished my Pokemon game, but anyway, yo, bitch, you better get the fuck down here. You got a 10-minute window, and I want you on your knees. I want you in your hot, I want you in thigh highs. I want you in heels, and I want you on this Mexican, uncircumcised, floppy, elephant-nosed cock in about 10 minutes. Otherwise, you get the fuck out. Now make up your mind. What are you gonna do? And you say? I need an answer, and I'm hanging up. You tell me right now.
Well, you just broke up with me.
You tell me right now, bitch. I want to have that answer right now. Are you going to be sucking this cock or not?
Are you going to work on relationship?
Bitch, I'm about to hang up. I'm going to count to 3. You better be over here sucking this cock. 1, 2, 3. And I'm in the process of hanging up. It's like halfway. I can still hear your voice if you're going to answer. The phone's about to hit the receiver. It's one of those old Mexican phones because he can't afford a real cell phone. It's the receiver's almost down. It's almost in the cradle.
Oh my god, he has like the nicest phone.
No. He
right
can't
now.
afford that. He stole that from an old lady. So what's the answer? I need an answer. Come on, give me the answer. Ooh, he's about to hang up. He's about to hang up. He's almost to the cradle. Hello?
Okay, I'll be right over.
Okay, so you didn't break up with him. So you lied when you said you broke up with him. Is that true? Do you confess right now? If you want to confess your sins, you can confess to me, but do you confess that you lied that you broke up with Reed, an academy student, which is just near impossible?
Oh, no, I did.
And yet, you're going to go back to him and suck his dick at a moment's notice, even though you technically broke up with him.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a breakup with me. Sounds like sour grapes, like almost like sour grapes. Like, if I said I couldn't get something from somebody, I would say, oh, those grapes are sour anyway. Is it really sour grapes? Not that you actually broke up with him?
I broke up with him because I thought it would help.
Help what? Help you get back together?
It would help us communicate more and tell me what you really think.
Right, so it would help you get back together. So you didn't really break up with him. It's kind of like one of those sitcom episodes where you find a hot-looking guy so he could sit next to him so Reed will get jealous and punch him out and scoop you up. And you guys will live happily ever after, right?
That sounds really manipulative.
Well, it sounds really manipulative to break up with him just so you can get back together with him. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, I mean, do you hope to get back together with Reed?
He pretty much said that's not a possibility, so I'm not gonna.
Well, right, but you're ready at a moment's notice. If Reed wants to get his kink on, you're ready at a moment's notice. So you're kind of waiting. You're at least hoping that Reed will change his mind, correct?
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice. Okay, so you wouldn't be adverse to it, right?
Not at this moment.
Okay, so I want to hear, because you said you had mixed feelings about the academy, about encountering the academy, what we teach, etc. What are the mixed feelings that you have about the academy?
I guess it doesn't really matter because
it matters to me. I want to hear why are you mixed about it? It's both good and bad. It's bittersweet. What's the bitter side? What's the sweet side?
Well, I didn't think relationships were supposed to be this hard.
Okay.
But then it doesn't matter because.
What do you mean this hard? Like hard, difficult, or just hard, like emotional, painful?
Painful.
You didn't think you'd fall this deeply in love with Reed. Is that what you're saying?
Well, here's the thing: is I just wanted to be in love. I didn't know that there had to be all these extra.
No, but have you ever been in love before?
I mean, I thought it was.
Oh, until you met Reed, and then you found out what true love was, right?
I don't want to say that. That's not fair.
You're not sure? Okay, so you had been in love before, or yes or no?
I love my mom, but like in a romantic way?
Yes. Have you ever been in love in a romantic way before?
If I was, it wasn't like this.
Okay, so you're saying that falling in love with Reed, a Manhood Academy student, was much different because you fell deeply, madly in love. Is that what you're saying?
For a time.
What's that?
Yeah, I guess for a time.
You guess or yes?
Oh my god, like, it's really hard to say, like,
we know the answer. Come on, we know the answer before we even ask the question. So I'm just trying to clarify for the guys who are going to be listening to this, because they are still of the school of thought that if I just bring a girl flowers every day and do everything she wants and just bend over backwards and I be the girl in the relationship, that she'll just fall madly in love with me, just like they do in Disney films. We need to clarify that myth. We need to clear that myth up. And you're the way to do it, just because hearing from a real girl who's had experience. Well, right, but I'm saying, do you want flowers from Reed pre-academy or Reed post-academy? If you got flowers from Reed pre-academy,
I'm sorry, but Reed is still during academy.
Yeah, but look at if you got flowers from Reed pre-academy, you'd call the cops on him and say there's a creepy guy giving you flowers.
I didn't know him before, so I don't know.
We knew him before. That would have been a short call to the cops. But now that Reed has had experience at the academy, you've never dated a guy like Reed, right?
Yeah, but I think that's, like his soul, like his...
Yeah, but his soul was bought and paid for by the academy. Like if, you know how Satan goes around buying souls, we do that too. We're competing with Satan. We bought Reed's soul, we revamped it, we retooled it, and now we put balls on it.
And he still fell out of love with me.
Well, because he didn't graduate. He only had one ball, technically. He didn't have the full set. So he's in a tranny in transition. He was going in for like 7 surgeries. He got one ball removed. He got his mustache, waxed and lasered. So he got a couple procedures done, but he didn't make the full transition to a man yet. He obviously wasn't able to lead the relationship with you, and obviously still has resentment and frustration with you because he couldn't get you to do what he wanted you to do. Hello?
Well, yeah, I guess.
You guess? You're not sure? You're not sure? Aren't you the one who dated him?
No, I said, why is that my fault?
Oh, it's not your fault. I'm not saying it's your fault at all. It's his fault. He wasn't able to get you to do what he needed you to do in the relationship. That's his fault. He didn't have enough training at the academy. I'm not blaming you. I'm just telling you.
He's been with you for years. What?
Yeah, but he doesn't come consistently. The guys who come consistently and get real training, they graduate. They know what they're doing with women. The guys like Reed who come once a month and barely train when they show up, they don't get that much at the academy.
He's been coming so much, though.
No, he actually hasn't. Only recently. Recently, he's actually been showing up more and getting real serious training. Like right now, he's been getting some real serious training lately, these past 2 weeks.
We broke up.
I'll put it in perspective for you. He's gotten the most training out of the academy in these past 2 weeks than he has in all the years he's attended the academy.
And we broke up.
Well, he's becoming more of a man. He won't put up with it. Before he was training, he would just kind of tolerate you. He'd resent you and just tolerate you. Now, he's like putting his foot down. Hello?
Hi. I don't know what I don't say that. I found a book that I'm trying to, and it's really.
Oh, are you talking about our academy? Are you talking about our academy ebook, The Principles That Govern Social Interaction?
No, this one has like less pictures in it, and it's more like it's written by like a psychologist.
Oh, so it's got more bullshit in it.
Well, he just words it in a way that doesn't really insult me, but it's still he's saying the same thing that you say.
Really? Who is it? Who's the author? And what's it called?
Let me see. But it really opened my eyes, and let me find it.
What's this?
I think it's called What Men Want.
What Men? Who wrote this? Who wrote this nonsensical work of fiction?
Well, no, it's actually opened my eyes and started making you guys make more sense to me than ever.
Well, if you had read the ebook, you would have gotten a lot out of it. Oh, you did? So what did you miss? I don't understand. What did you gain from that book that you didn't gain from our book?
I'm still a woman and I still don't like to be insulted. And
right. Well, he's obviously a bitch. So you're saying this guy's a bitch too. He couldn't make you fall madly in love with him just like Reed could.
Well, he actually made me. That's the reason. Like I broke up with Reed. Mm-hmm.
Technically, even though you'd go to Reed's house and give him a blowjob at the drop of a hat.
Well, that's because I started reading What Men Want by James Taylor.
Oh, okay. So James Taylor's responsible for Reed's blowjob. Is that what you're trying to imply?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's this guy bullshit in his book? What did he write that you didn't learn from our book?
He says he does say a lot of the same things.
I highly doubt that. But go ahead. Tell me what he says.
But it's more geared towards the women. Like in an example of the chapter I'm on, it says, "What is presence?" Mm-hmm. And it says, "So what do I mean when I say that a person is fully present?" Yeah, that sounds like hippie new age bullshit. And then he goes on to say, Hang on, I'm gonna go to the
Okay. What is
The beginning.
present? This guy sounds like Eckhart Tolle. That's full of shit. But
hang on.
we need some comic relief during this interview from all the tragedy. Was that? Are you getting wet during this interview? I thought I heard a giggle or something. It sounded like your panties were getting moist. It sounded like your panties were getting moist during the interview. Usually that happens during the interviews. That's an expectation, because I teach at the academy, but, I didn't think it would happen from Reed's girlfriend, especially during the time of your emotional breakup.
Why men desire innocence and purity in women.
Did you purposely not answer that question so you could change your panties and then read the passage from this book?
Yeah, I actually put on an extra one.
Okay.
Extra pair.
All right. That's understandable. Go ahead and read the passage, please.
Bring out the little girl inside of you.
Oh. Bring out that
I like
little
that
girl.
line.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that line is definitely not in our ebook. Bring out the little girl inside of you. That's in our sex ed video, though, by the way.
Hang on, let me go to the beginning.
Okay.
What is femininity?
Mm-hmm.
How to be confident, strong, with still being feminine.
What?
Self-esteem.
So this guy's an idiot, was what you're saying.
No, what he's saying is that
be confident and
it's
strong.
not attractive for a woman.
How can you?
No, listen.
Okay, go ahead.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying that it's not okay for a woman to be weak. So
But women are weak by definition.
Men don't want men don't want a burden.
No, you're totally misunderstanding that. That's not true at all. Women are.
Men don't want a burden.
Well, first of all, women are dumb. You've proven that already. They're the weaker sex. The reason why men are smarter and they're stronger is so they can take care of you. If you were just as smart as strong as a man, you wouldn't even need a man.
Yeah, but Professor, why aren't you in a relationship? Because you don't want to be burdened.
What do you mean I don't want to? That's not true at all. I actually do want to be burdened. I actually do want to take care of a woman.
I would love for a man to take care of me.
Well, what kind of panties do you wear? I mean, what kind of panties do you usually wear? I only like.
Remember how to take them off?
I only like. I know, but I only like bikini cut. I don't like the big bloomer granny panties. I won't date a girl who wears big bloomer granny panties.
I don't think you'll date any girl.
Not if she's wearing bloomer granny panties for sure.
Why men go for the pretty girl? Physically attracted to men, subject and varies between very different men.
So this guy has no fucking clue what he's talking about, basically. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of guys like that. They write a lot of bullshit just to tickle the ears of women because they know women buy into bullshit phrases like "you got to be present" and other esoteric, vague, meaningless hippie platitudes like that. But the reason why our ebook is so good is because it's so specific. It's so practical, and that's why so many guys like Reed respond to it, and that's why girls like you fall deeply in love with guys who are able to take advantage of those principles that we teach them how to properly govern a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you'd met Reed when he graduated, I don't know if it'd be a different story if he'd pick you, but at the very least there wouldn't be that same amount of frustration and resentment and fighting because he can't get his needs met from you in the relationship.
I don't want fighting like that.
Well, right, but the reason you're a bitch is because he's the woman in the relationship. If he was a guy, you would be more feminine and tender. You would be so pleasant to meet. I mean, when I first met you, you were a total cunt, and I thought, oh, this chick is unbearable. I'd punch her in the face after 2 dates. Or maybe one date. Maybe on the, after the handshake of talking to you 5 minutes, I could see myself punching you. But after you are trained by a guy who knows how to take care of a woman and knows how to be in charge of a woman, you become much more tender and feminine, and you're not trying to compete against men like you were previously when I first met you. You'd be very sweet. I mean, guys who met you would be like, oh, Reed, you're so lucky to have a girl like that who's so feminine and tender.
Guys do think that about me.
No, they think that about you until they start dating you. Then they realize you're a bitch.
But I don't know any guys like that, what you're talking about. I don't know.
Right, that's why our academy exists. You're not trained to even understand how to govern a woman. I mean, most guys think, oh, we're just supposed to be equals in a relationship. You do your thing, I do my thing, and we just date sometimes. Like, they have no clue how to run a relationship. That's why you don't meet guys like Reed or guys like me without coming in contact with our academy, because our academy is on the cutting edge of this. This is why our academy is so effective. We teach guys how to properly govern relationships, whether it's with a guy or guy-girl, a romantic relationship.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been with you for a long time now.
Yeah, but like I said before,
I know you said that, but...
Yeah, so what you telling me he's been there a long time doesn't mean anything. It's like saying, I stood in the Rams locker room for a long time, and I still can't play football. Just standing there or just showing up doesn't mean anything. You have to actually go out on the field. You have to practice with a team. Reed hasn't been practicing with a team. He's gotten more practice in the last 2 weeks than he has in his whole career at the academy. So just showing up doesn't guarantee you're going to graduate from the academy. You actually have to train at the academy. That's what Reed was negligent in doing. That's why he was so frustrated with you, by the way.
But the thing is I want him to go. Like, I wanted him to go.
Want him to go what?
To the academy. I supported him.
No, I remember when we first met you, you were like, no, the academy's evil. I don't want you to be a part of the academy. They hate women, and they're misogynistic, and they're trying to manipulate you.
Yeah, and I've been trying to change since then. Since we got it together that time, I've been working on changing.
Wow. Why have you been working on changing? What made you change?
Because I love him.
So you realized because you love him, you thought, oh, only a Manhood Academy student can make me feel this kind of deep love.
Or David.
He is a Manhood Academy student. That's why I said that. If you met, like I said, if you met David pre-academy, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. You wouldn't be crying your tears over him. Hello?
I guess, like, I have to take your word for it because I didn't know him before.
Yeah, that's true. You just have to take our word for it. Is there anything else about this relationship you'd like to tell us? Because I feel like I've gotten to know you a lot more. I thought you were a total, crazy cunt with 20 cats, but turns out you're just like every other girl out there who just wants to find a real man to take care of her.
Yeah.
That's the most attractive thing to my ears is a guy. I want to hear that, a woman who wants to be a feminine, tender woman wants a man to care for her, take care of her, to be in charge of her, to make her submit, to make her head get down there and suck that cock. I mean, that's one of the biggest turn-ons, to meet a girl like that. Or better yet, to make a bitch into a feminine girl like that. I'd actually like to meet you when you were bitchy before you met Reed, when you were a total cunt. And then I'd like to train you into be a submissive girl.
I'm actually a really nice girl.
Yeah, after I train you. Hello? You like to go silent and contemplative at times during this interview. I noticed that. Are you pondering, or are you just emotionally caught up in my words? Is it affecting you like the slaves are affected by? Okay, so it's not like it's affecting you like the slaves are affected by Abraham Lincoln giving a speech.
I don't. Maybe. I don't know.
Could I offer you a free scholarship to the academy?
Sure.
Sure. Will you wear hot panties, but not tell the other students that you're wearing them, and only give me like a little knowing wink that you have those hot panties on, and none of the other students will know. They'll just think you have a weird twitchy eye.
You just said that they were going to hear this.
Well, true. Oh, no. You know what? You're right. Well, we'll say that, but we'll make our own little signal, like maybe a scratching your temple or something.
Yeah, we'll work something out.
Okay, we'll work something out in private. Okay, good. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the academy. Are you excited about joining the academy?
I just got redumped tonight.
Redumped? I thought you did the dumping.
But then, like you said, he didn't pursue me.
Right, so you're coming clean now, is what you're saying. The first step toward recovery is admitting you're in denial. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you said that he didn't pursue me, and I realized, oh, yeah, he didn't.
Well, I'm glad that you're finally healing. You're finally coming to terms with reality. I'm very impressed with you. Even though you're in this weak, vulnerable state, your heart's crushed, I'm really impressed that you're taking a step forward.
Thanks.
And I can see hopeful things in your future. I'm really. What's
so
that?
You think you can teach me how to be more feminine and submissive?
Oh, definitely. But I would have to get into a romantic relationship with you to do that. So that's going to be the job of the guy who graduates the academy and who decides he has his eye on you and he says, "Look, woman, you are the most gorgeous thing I've seen on this earth, and I'm going to make you mine." I'm looking forward to that day. I hope you guys will invite me to your wedding or your bar mitzvah or whatever you're going to have with him. Your cottage cheesecake eating ceremony, whatever.
Okay.
So it's so nice to hear you finally cry tears of joy instead of tears of sorrow.
Yeah.
Well, you know where the academy's at, and hopefully you'll pop by soon, and we can get you started. We could talk to you and see how you want to go from there.
All right, sounds good.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, or a special message you'd like to give to Reed, or the Academy students or anything that you've learned in relationships during this time, during this transition period for your life?
Not really.
I was thinking we'd have a more stellar ending than that, so I'm going to go ahead and try to end this in a something that's not a platitude, but something cathartic and really that'll just lift our spirits and buoy us to the next level. I hope, students, that you've seen here a woman in denial who has tragically shipwrecked herself on the shores of love, but on the horizons ahead, there's hope. Manhood Academy. Thank you once again for joining us. This has been Reed's Girlfriend. We'll see you next time. Good talking to you. All right. Let's get interview. Let's get interview reactions. Lunatic, we'll start with you.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Lunatic has had a religious experience. Please tell us why you're having a religious experience.
Your fucking skill level is so incredibly high. You got the fuck in there, and you got this girl that just rejected Reed. And there's absolutely nothing that
I don't think she really rejected Reed. I think that was bullshit, as we pointed out in the interviews on several occasions.
It would have been the same thing to me. If she said goodbye, I'd be like, well, there's nothing I can do. And you just got the fuck in there, and you fucking made her wet. You made her, agree to go give him a blowjob.
Well, she would have done that anyway. I don't know if you're reading the situation correctly. She didn't really break up with Reed. She just said that so that she wouldn't feel bad. It's like the story of sour grapes, Aesop's fable, where you say, I can't get those grapes, therefore they're sour. I didn't really want them anyway.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that she seemed to say that she made it clear to Reed beforehand that she wasn't interested in having a relationship with him anymore, right? If a girl said that to me, I would take it at face value and say, okay, well, just I suck, so there's nothing else I could do.
Okay. Well, all the more reason to train at the Academy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel a little sorry that... I was thinking about myself most of the time, not about Reed. I'm just like, lucky Reed. He's got a girlfriend. Good for fucking him. But I'm thinking I'm sitting here playing Mega Man. I'm actually feeling more peaceful than I have all fucking week. And I'm drinking my beer and I'm thinking Jesus, he says I'm stubborn. It's actually that girl that I fell in love with a long time ago. She told me the same fucking thing. And I think that's part of why I hate her so much.
Who says you're stubborn?
This girl that I fell in love with a
No,
long
I
time
said
ago.
before that. You said I'm stubborn.
The professor told me that I'm stubborn, and that's why I'm having
me?
such a hard time.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And I was thinking about that's why I'm having such a hard time at the Academy, and it stung. And that's what I was thinking about just I want to have a girlfriend like Reed does.
Well, did you get anything out of that? Did you see anything from that? Did you just rededicate yourself to training at the Academy? What did you get from that?
I got that you have an amazing skill level with women and with people. No matter how much you and the Academy pisses me off sometimes. And what did I get from it? Were you horny? What?
He was horny. Were you jerking off during the interview, Lunatic?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. So,
I was playing video games, though.
Supposedly he wasn't. Okay, thank you. Dick Van Dyke.
Wow, the first thing I noticed is she didn't want to talk about Reed, understandably. She's like, I don't want to talk. And then you said, okay, let's talk about relationships. And of course, it got back to talking about Reed. So I'm not sure if that was high-level Trojan horse tactics there. But I was impressed. I noticed that. And I don't think she even remembered that she said she didn't want to talk about it. I was impressed by, I'm always impressed by the tactics.
The vacuum clean salesman has to get his vacuum in the door first. He's got to get his foot in the door, so.
Yeah, I saw that. I noticed you just want to start talking, and then you'll get back to all that.
Sometimes he has to throw in a few concession candy corns to get to the real prize.
Yeah, so I was impressed by that. But back to the content of what she was saying. I wish I met her before I joined, or I guess before she started dating Reed.
Yeah, before Reed ruined her, right.
Yeah. I wish I heard how bitchy she was, but again, every time I hear this, because I hear you a lot, but I don't hear girls that often share, their vulnerable side, how she's describing there.
Right,
so
it's really nice to hear.
It's more evidence for me. More evidence that... I remember Reed and I were, two losers on a Saturday night talking to you, and neither of us had any girls, and now we have all different types of experiences, but still not the satisfying experience. I think to myself, what if for the last year, he and I had been training this whole time?
Wow. Would have been phenomenal.
He could have been ready for happiness, not breaking girls' hearts all the time. Yeah,
I think about Reed's girl and I think, oh, I can really tap that ass, and then I just see Reed missionarying her, and I'm disgusted. I get a visceral, nauseous sensation in my chest, and I'm like, oh, fuck. It's almost ruined. The dream is almost just ruined for me.
Maybe she's not as hot as I'm picturing.
No, she's
but,
hot. She's hot. Oh, you want to grab her and milk her titties, but just every time I think of like, oh, I want to pound her, and then I think, oh, Reed, ugh, you know, I'm like, fuck. It's
yeah, but at least it's like an Eskimo bro from the academy.
I
mean, know these other chicks, you don't know who they did.
I appreciate that you're trying to put a good spin on it and to, you know, cheer me up, but it's hard to get that out of my head. Hard to get that picture out of my head.
All right, I feel bad because she can't do anything at this point. Like, she's already fucked. Like, sometimes I think I'm jealous of girls because... I'll explain. Sometimes I'm jealous of girls because they get a lot of attention from guys, but she just got pretty much dumped, and she can't do anything. She's, like, asking, like, she's reading a book, and she's thinking about joining the academy, but she can't do anything. She needs a guy to be able to lead the relationship. Like, she can't do anything on her own. She has to wait, pretty much, for someone to come along. So, as powerful as girls might seem, like at a party, they can influence how guys talk to them, they're really powerless in the long run. They need to wait till someone comes along that can manage it.
Right.
So, it's eye-opening for me to see another example of that. Another example of girls are really powerless. They have to wait to be activated.
Yeah, that's why it's so important for guys to learn how to be responsible in relationships. And I don't just mean that in the contemporary faggot sense of the word where, come on, be responsible and take care of your responsibilities. You fuck a girl and give her a baby, just hang in there and be the baby daddy. I don't mean any of that bullshit. I mean, learn how to be in charge of a relationship. Learn how to be the person who calls the shots. Learn how to make the decisions. Learn how to manage other people in your relationship. So, that's what it's so important for you to learn as a guy here.
And, when she said, she's like, what other option do I have? When she was talking about being independent, she's like, I'm all alone, I've always passed. Like, I felt bad. As much as we talk about feminism and how it hurts guys, we don't really hear the girl opinion that much.
Yeah, it also hurts girls as well. You're right.
Yeah.
It destroys...
I felt bad. I kind of thought, Reed's an asshole in my head. Like, why are you dumping this girl? But he doesn't have the proper training either, so it's just...
It's fucked all around.
You can't hate the person. You gotta just focus on the training.
Feminism is the disease and we're the cure. I'd like to make it into a nice little platitude. All right, thank you. LaQuisha.
Holy shit. You smashed the critics of this academy so hard in this interview. Because you say a lot of the time, like, I have experience with girls. Girls want you to be in charge. Girls want this. Girls want that. You took a girl who didn't want to talk about Reed. You made her talk about him for at least a good fucking hour. And you even got her to open up about sexual shit. Like, there were times in this interview where I felt like you pushed it too far, and I was like, is she gonna hang up when you talk about anal? Is she gonna hang up on that? But she didn't. She didn't. She fucking stuck around. And I was like, holy shit, Professor is in charge. He does know what you, like, I don't think the public gets to see you walk the walk enough with girls. But
yeah, the public is too busy accusing me of being a 12-year-old virgin on YouTube.
Yeah. I've seen you do it in the academy. Like, I've seen you sometimes in hangouts. You talk to girls on the phone, and I see you, like, get them attracted to you. But now it's public record. I can't wait to see what fucking dumbass excuses these guys try to come up with now to discredit you. But, Reed, the fact that Reed doesn't fucking show up, you don't show up consistently. But the fact that you don't show up consistently and you got the results you did gives me hope. Because I'm one of the guys who's responsible for training you. I'm one of the, leaders of one of the leaders of Hangouts here. So I'm like, it's only a matter of fucking time. It's only a matter of fucking time until I learn how to manage it. Because to me, I'm so retarded. I look at it like one day I'm just gonna snap my fingers and I'm gonna turn into a guy who's in charge. With you don't even have both your balls yet. You just have one. But you got this bitch to fall in love with you. I shouldn't say bitch. You got this chick to fall in love with you. So it's like, it works. It does, and we saw it. She was genuinely upset about breaking up with you, because when I talk to you, you don't say shit in Hangouts, so I just forget about you. I'm like, Reed, come to me. You're like, I don't see you enough for you to really have an effect on me. So I always looked at, how the fuck did you affect a girl if you can't even affect me? But you did it. You fucking did it. You're proof that the academy training works. Even if you don't go all the way, even if you don't meet this standard where you're completely in charge, it fucking works. And that was, I think, the most powerful message out of this.
Congratulations, Pokemon. Wino.
Fuck, dude. I'm at awe at this interview because I felt like it was a roller coaster. When I came in and you had already talked to her. Like, she was already on the phone and she was kind of panicked or very emotional. And I was very impressed on how you were able to make her calm down and talk to you about it. Because I'm thinking, dude, if it was me, I wouldn't be able to handle that. She'd hang up on me. But you took your time.
Like, you weren't forceful. It was kind of like, I don't even want to say this, but it was kind of like magic. I was like, fuck, I wish I could do that. And then she's like, I don't want to talk about Reed. I don't want to talk about Reed, but yet you still brought it back to talk about Reed. And I was like, you still brought it back to talk about Reed, even though she just said she doesn't want to talk about Reed. Instead, you went to talk about relationships, but essentially it was the same thing. I also thought it was very educational in the sense that this is what the Academy allows us to do, the training here at the Academy. We just need to train more. The way for me not to be so depressed, chilling at home, playing video games, smoking weed. And it hurts to realize it. It hurts to realize the fact that all the stuff that I want can be achieved by training here at the Academy. And I feel like a dumbass not coming to the Academy because then I start thinking, fuck, Reed can get this chick. This interview proved it. But I still just chill at home and sit back. It motivates me, like, fuck, I need to come to more Academy training. And it was sad. It was also sad because it made me think about my ex-girlfriend and how, like, she felt so powerless. Like Dick Van Dyke said, I felt bad. Like, she has to find someone. She can't make it on her own. She has to wait for someone to, to come by and actually sweep her up, or sweep her off her feet so she can make her fall in love. That way she can be taken care of.
Yeah, there's a reason why women are on prescription meds in record numbers today.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, you have one side over here confusing them, like feminism, telling them they should be strong and independent, but yet they're fighting with their, biological instincts of wanting to be submissive.
Yes.
But it's just that feminism confuses women, and I can only imagine how stressful that must be for
and
women.
Guys, too.
Guys, too. But I think the difference is that with guys, since we're smarter, we can get away from it. With women, they're fucked, because they have to look up to us so we can lead. And if we can't lead, they're fucked, too.
Right. Okay, good.
Thank you for this, Professor. This was really good.
You're welcome. Paradigm, did you hear any of this?
Yes, I heard it.
Any comments? Any reactions?
Yeah, I was really impressed with this. In fact, I didn't think we were going to have much of an interview. I was expecting her to hang up shortly after you called because of the state that she was in. And I was impressed that you were able to get her to talk about Reed at all. And there were some moments in there, I'm kind of, just mirroring off of what Mino said, I was kind of concerned about her as well. She sounded like she really needed Reed.
Danadorf.
I was in the girl side. I mean, what the fuck, Reed? This girl's just trying to meet your demands, and you're fucking her over, bro. Fuck you, Reed. Why didn't you show up the Academy when you were required for? I mean, see what you did with the girl? Now she's crying. Now she's all, oh my god, my heart is broken. And fuck me. I was surprised because you were talking about a lot of sexual stuff with her the girl is Reed's ex-girlfriend. If you're interested in a romantic way with her, I wouldn't be so surprised because that's just you showing your sexual interest on her. But her being the ex-girlfriend of Reed's, it just strike me of how much you can talk about this stuff with girls that you don't even care about having a relationship with. And I was impressed a lot.
Well, it's like, you're going around the Monopoly board and Reed lost the property, he lost Oriental Avenue, and, I have the option to buy. So I'm looking at the property. I'm kicking the tires on the car to see if it runs.
Yeah, and this motivates me a lot. Yeah. Keep showing at the Academy, because if Reed, as much as a pussy as he is, can get a girl to fall in love the way he did, I can get a lot more than he does. And I'm going to keep showing him.
Well, no, everybody uses Reed as a low-end litmus test for their ability, their future ability. They're like, Reed's in the toilet, and I'm definitely going to be up here.
Yeah, that's my reaction.
Okay, good. And last but not least, let's get the ex-boyfriend himself, Reed.
Okay, so all you guys are just looking and listening to this interview, and you're like, oh, I'm so impressed, Professor, and this is so educational. Well, in my end, I'm the one experiencing the sadness. You guys are saying, oh, you're such an asshole, Reed. You're just trying to meet your demands, and the fuck are you doing? And, I mean, you guys didn't go through the relationship. I didn't enjoy that towards the end. Like the professor said, I just got resentful. I couldn't take control of the relationship. So, great, she fell in love with me, but I don't want to be with her. And
well, if I can get you out of my head doing her missionary style, I'll make a stab at it, Reed. I'll see what I can do.
Well, yeah, and then that too, like Chewie said, DVD, she is now by herself. Now she's forced to live with herself because she was living with me. Now she moved out. I feel like shit. There is no situation where I don't feel guilty that I even broke up with her. I just don't want to stay with her if I don't want to be with her, just because I feel guilty. And that's why I let this relationship extend so much, because I didn't want her to be alone. I didn't want to break up with her and break her heart, because I knew that was going to happen. And I eventually decided that it shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't be lying about the way I feel if I'm really not happy. So we broke up, and I knew it was going to stop. And that's just the end of it. I don't want to get back with her. I prefer not to in the academy, but if you're going to give her a scholarship, I have no choice.
Well, I felt just generous and kind of flippant at the end, so I'm not sure if she'd even benefit from that scholarship, but at least we want to always extend girls a helping hand, because we don't want to just... This is not the He-Man Woman Haters Club. This is not the Women Are the Enemy Club. We're trying to get guys and girls into relationships so that they can both benefit. Not that, we're not the fucking PUA seduction community where you just bang chicks and toss them in the gutter. That's not what we teach here. So I at least wanted to extend some help to her, some support to her on behalf of the academy.
Right now, she's still trying to get back with me. She's like, "Oh, you must have believed in us if you gave him my number." Like, I don't want to get back with her. I don't want to give her false hope. Well, if you let her in because you want to help her, sure, great.
Maybe there's a way we could just talk to her, or talk her down, or give her some support when she needs it, versus actually have her in class. This is a men's academy.
Okay. Oh, okay. I do feel bad.
We do need a mascot we need a mascot for football and basketball games. I mean, we can get a costume for her, put it on, you won't see her face. It'd be like a Ruse Gwyn, a rooster and a penguin. That's our mascot, her Ruse Gwyn outfit she wears to our games.
I do see what Danilorf said, that, he was siding with the girl, because in reality, I'm the idiot that got into this relationship, could not manage it, just left it because I could not manage it, when I took the responsibility to begin with. Even in your ebook, it says that once you take the responsibility of a woman, it's there for life. You don't just suddenly like, oh, you know what, fucking suddenly I'm not in charge anymore, you can go fuck yourself. So I feel guilty even doing that.
Yeah, it'd be like if I run this academy and just one day I just go, fuck you guys later, and I just pull the plug.
And it'll be like you're breaking up with us, and we'll be crying and calling.
Yeah, a lot of suicides, a lot of crying. Yeah.
I can't completely blame you, Reed, because even though you were at the academy, I don't feel like you completely knew the consequences. It's not like you've experienced it, or no one ever held you accountable to not do it. Like, no one said, like, you were free to do it. Like, you didn't have, like, family members.
Yeah, I mean,
parents, like,
I definitely can relate. You're exactly right, Dick Van Dyke. I can definitely relate to Reed's guilt, because I have had this situation many times over, and have vowed to not get into it again, but have been lonely, and then have gotten a girl attracted and then broken her heart again. I mean, the last girl, I just had a girl on the phone scream at me and tell me, I was expecting so much out of you, blah, blah, and you broke my heart, blah, blah. So I've had the heartbreak speech from girls countless times, and, initially I think I'd love to blame myself, because I realize I have the knowledge of how to start a relationship now, and I know how to take care of a woman now, but society isn't set up to even get a girl. It's very difficult to get a girl. I mean, in not in so many words, but it's difficult in the sense that let me be a little more clear, because that's not going to sound right. Let me be a little more clear. It's difficult to initiate contact in a romantic way with a girl in society today. Now, it can definitely be done. It's easy enough to do if you know what you're doing. But for the average guy, it's difficult to get into a romantic relationship with a girl just because of the way feminism is set up. It's sabotaging relationships, just in positionally speaking. Like, there's anti-street harassment groups. If you talk to a girl, even look at a girl with sexual interest, or you're interested in her, they're going to look at it as like you're a rapist. So there's all kinds of things that feminism is doing to fuck up relationships between men and women in both passive and active ways. So it's not just a case of, well, they're at fault. You guys have the academy, you have the ebook, you know what you're doing, so just be responsible, and it should be no problems and smooth sailing. No, because we still have this fucking disease that is fucking over society, feminism, and it's these women with good intentions and these white knights with good intentions who have no fucking clue what they're doing, and they're writing stupid faggot books like the book she was just talking about, where he's present, and I feel like I'm smart and sophisticated and strong, and yet I'm feminine too. They try to tell women exactly what they want to hear and not what they need to hear, and that just further exacerbates the problem. But again, that's why our academy is like a shining beacon out there. That's why men are so attracted to what we're giving them, because we're giving them hope from all this bullshit they've been hearing, all the platitudes they hear in movies, and their real life experience totally contradicting what they're hearing from the so-called dating experts. You're right, here, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this, and yet Why am I still looking at porn? Why am I still unhappy even when I got it in a relationship? Why am I not able to get what I want out of this relationship? Well, thank feminism for that. So it's very difficult for me to say, Reed, you are the guilty party, because even from my many experiences, I've realized, yes, I have this knowledge, but just training-wise, I went through a lot of fucked up things growing up and even had very bad parenting. So I am still experiencing the results of that bad parenting growing up. And even the social situation that feminism has created for us, it's very difficult for guys. You know, that's why we have groups like, what's that group that we fucking debated last time? MGTOW, men going their own way. That guys who are just like, they just want to, you know, play video games and abandon 50% of the population. Just think women are evil, just don't deal with them. That's their attitude. But that's the result of feminism. That's the backlash caused by feminism. Men just completely trying to reject women altogether. So you can see the types of things that we're encountering just as a result of feminism. Even me, a guy who's social and knows how to socialize and is teaching you how to socialize and form relationships, it's a difficult situation we're in. So it's just that much more imperative that you learn how to govern your relationships. It's just a necessity for your life. So these interviews are very educational for me. I hope they're educational for you, because they just keep confirming what we're teaching here at the Academy. I mean, I remember we always get like the wishful thinking feminists. Like, we talked to her in the very beginning. Oh, Reed shouldn't be at this academy. You guys are assholes. You guys are just women haters. You're misogynists. You know, the typical feminist bullshit that women are indoctrinated with. But as you can see, real life experience speaks louder than feminist bullshit. Thank you guys for another wonderful episode of Manhood Academy podcasting, or Manhood Academy interviews. We'll see you next time.